So this is an updated video lesson for my Easy Classical Guitar Volume 1 book. And I just wanted to update some of the videos because I'll be coming out with the Volume 2 book soon. So for this piece, it's a pretty straightforward piece overall. Not too much to talk about, but of course, as always, play the melody on its own first. Without ornaments. Or you could say the melody takes over in the bass. And carry on like that. So making sure you can shape the melody really nicely without all the other notes. If you can't play the melody really nicely without just on its own like that, adding other notes in is just going to make it even harder. So first, just make sure that melody is just absolutely the way you want it and nice and beautiful. Of course, you're in second position. So that means first finger at the second fret and kind of one finger per fret. That's the basic rule, except when it's marked on the second line there to go to first position for a moment. So after you've done that, you should play the piece, but with no ornamentation. There's only 2 trills in this piece, so I'll point those out when we get there. But just make sure to just forget about the ornamentation. Just make the piece as beautiful as possible without ornamentation, and then go on from there. So besides that though, I'll just do a little walkthrough of the piece. This one's fairly straightforward. So for an ornament there, I just do F sharp, G, F sharp. So hammer on, pull off, just like that. When you're in second position, just make sure that all your fingers are hovering over the frets that they should be, so that when you get to this part, those 2 fingers are already there. If your hand's like this, you're gonna have to like leap for it or stretch your fingers out like this. Instead, get this palm around like this, and you should be able to just reach it. They're just hanging out right there. It's not a big stretch. They should be able to just press down on those notes. Second line. So there, just make sure to keep your second finger down. Because that F is supposed to ring out for the whole bar probably. While you get the bass notes. Going on. Be careful of the fingering there. I've written it all in, but third finger, second finger, that way the first finger can grab that chord. Here, third position. It's a pretty easy chord shape, not too hard as long as you're using your fourth finger. Just make sure your fourth finger stays on the first string when you got it from the 5th fret to the 3rd fret. And then same thing there, when you play the second finger, just slide that up to the 2nd fret. So a little bit of guide fingers. This trill, I'm just doing C sharp to D to C sharp. So hammer on, pull off. Sanz's pieces, they're so simple and yet they're so charming, and they have so much of that kind of majestic or aristocratic kind of, but also folky Spanish melody to it. So it's just such a nice little dance. So that's from the Volume 1 Easy Classical Guitar book, so you can check that out. There's a link for it under the book, and I'll be doing more updated videos soon in preparation for the release of Volume 2.